All right, welcome to the Sushi Forum, episode 19, where we discuss this week's news, proposals, developments, and everything to do with the Sushi Swap ecosystem. This week, just to briefly touch on the Sushinomics, the price of sushi is to 16.28. It was just recently a big dump in the market. You know, it's pretty normal crypto shit. And the Sorry, my mic was not working there. The 24-hour trading volume is right about in right in the 400 million, 450 million over the past week range. And now to the news and developments. Sushi.com was donated to Sushi Swap by Future Fund, which is pretty massive. I don't know the cost on the web on the URL, but I thought we were looking at the URL as a potential domain, but it was like $1 million or like $600,000 to buy it or something, which is pretty awesome. Interest. I'm not like really adept at like search engine optimization or anything like that, but I'm curious sort of how that's going to play out into the future, in terms of like the amount of traffic that it can actually capture for Sushi Swap. Moving on, we got X Sushi added as a vault collateral for Unit Protocol, which is a community fork of Shell Protocol. I don't know what Unit or Shell Protocol it is, so do your own research. But it seems to be some sort of like die like maker like system. And they added Xsushi as a collateral. ONX is using Sushi Swap pools now. Rary Capital is using Sushi Swap pools now. Uh, Cointelegraph has an has a new article titled "Dex Goals Diverge as Sushi Swap and Uniswap Rally to New Highs." And they had a pretty good little blurb that I just took a quote out. One second. When it comes to comparing the original token distribution, 65% of the original Uni supply was distributed to the community through liquidity mining and a governance controlled treasury versus 80% of all sushi tokens. In this regard, the SushiSwap platform has emerged as a more community controlled project that is self funded with 9% of all sushi emitted from the system awarded to the treasury. In contrast, Uniswap has received some VC backing with a total of 12 million being raised from various sources to help fund future development. Um, just can you tell me if this is right? I don't even know if that 80% is right. I always thought it was 90%. It says 65% of all uni is distributed to the community through liquidity mining and governance control treasury, but 80% of all of sushi tokens is distributed to liquidity mining and the treasury, but that's not right, right?
Should be 100%.
Yeah.
We've only ever done liquidity mining, and then there's some that's in the treasury, but yeah, that's
And I don't
I'm
even
not
know where
sure
the
about
80
that.
came from. I could understand like if they were saying 91 and then the 9% that goes to the treasury, they're not counting that. I just some of these
Right.
numbers I don't really
Oh,
understand.
maybe they're backing into it because there's like still like a lot of unminted sushi as well.
Okay, that might be it. Yeah, yeah, they because like the majority of it was already released, and yeah, that might be it. Um, all right. So yeah, that was a interesting article. Is actually a pretty good read. Some of the you know every any Cointelegraph article, you gotta understand there's biases at play, but it was a good article in my opinion. And on to the proposal section of the show. The only proposal that I have this week, there's another proposal, but I'm going to be talking to that guy next week, um, is the vested sushi rewards for pickle finance made by Larry Cucumber. His entire summary is I humbly request on behalf of Pickle Finance that our smart contracts, as part of our pickle jars, which farm sushi, be rewarded the remaining two-thirds sushi. Pickle Finance is committing to staking all of the sushi rewards as X sushi if the Sushi Swap community decides we are eligible for the rewards. Sushi Swap and Pickle Finance are both ecosystem partners within the Yearn family. Pickle has made efforts to collaborate and explore synergies with Sushi Swap at every possible opportunity. Um, so, and me and Joseph were talking about this before I was recording. Essentially, the plan as it is to have a balancer like distribution for the sushi locked sushi tokens, and any smart contract that is able to claim from the smart contract that will be put up to handle the claims, will be able to do so. But if they can't, then they'll have to do a proposal like this. I'm do you do you anticipate that Pickle Finance will be able to interact with the smart contract when it is deployed, Joseph?
I haven't done like a real like close look, but my understanding is no.
Okay, gotcha.
So they should probably create a proposal that kind of like what they're doing on the forum now. Create a proposal and have our community vote on it. Um, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's the game plan for them. And yeah, I mean, this is something interesting as well. Like I had always been under the impression that even if they're not getting the two-thirds sushi, just getting the one-third sushi payout made any pickle jar more profitable on Sushi Swap versus using a Uniswap LP pair. Um, but apparently that's not the case. Now I don't know how that possibly is cannot be the case, but I asked the question in the thread, and I was told that it is less profitable to use the Sushi Swap LP tokens versus Uniswap LP tokens. And if that is true, I see that as a problem, something that, you know, like the goal is to have Sushi Swap LP tokens be more profitable and uh, 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 competitive. Like, if it's more profitable for
sure.
them to use Uniswap LP tokens, then they would use that. Um,
I doubt it, especially if you look at it cumulatively. For yeah, I doubt it. Like assuming that they're an incentivized pair, which I think that they are. They would take their LP tokens and they would stake them, and they would make way more in sushi than they would on Uniswap. But here's the the difference is that we charge a fee of 0.3%, same as Uniswap, but we have a 0.05% that goes to ex sushi holders. 0.25 goes to um, LPs. So if you are just if you're just LPing and you're not doing anything in the onsen or permanent farms program, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a bad deal. Like, or well, not always, because it depends on it. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on the price movements. It depends on the volume that you're doing. It depends on the depth of liquidity. So like, let's say that you have uh, like you have a better like volume to liquidity ratio, like closer to one or higher, right? Then you're gonna have it like just depends on which exchange you're at. So yeah, there are a lot of factors that play into that. So you can't say like empirically that like this is better than this. It depends on a lot of factors.
It's interesting. How did I always thought that the fees from a pool didn't get modified or used in any way by the pickle system. I thought the pickle system was like you had an LP and yeah, you're earning fees on it, but it's taking the sushi you yield or another governance token you yield from some other project, selling that, buying back the pairs that are in the LP, and then just re-adding to it. That's how I thought it worked.
That's how I understood it to be too. And in that scenario, it's like, okay, so they're selling every single reward and buying back and putting it back into their system. It's like, I mean, had they held sushi, um, they would be doing much better right now.
Yeah, that's any LP could have just made a lot more by just basically hodling the LP token and staking it in the onsen. Um, well, I mean, it's definitely I'm sure that the pickle people want the tokens, and so we'll see sort of how their proposal shapes up and what things they propose, but yeah, the proposal as it is they want their sushi rewards as X sushi, and then they want to lock it in their treasury forever. But I'm not a fan of that because it could just hurt X sushi stakers. Is there any topics anybody wanted to bring up, or any news or anything that you think I missed that was worth it? All right, awesome. I just wanted so these are announcements, I guess. There's going to be an Vesper Finance AMA in the Sushi Swap Discord on Wednesday at uh, Wednesday at a time uh, at 1 p.m. EST. And there's also going to be a secret finance AMA in the Sushi Swap Discord on Thursday at, I believe, 12 p.m. EST. Uh, yes, 12 p.m. EST. So, yeah, two projects, two very interesting projects. Don't miss that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's everything I got this week. Fortunately, my co-host was unable to make it, but they will be here next week, I'm sure. Um, and yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. Sort of a short episode. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Yeah, talk to you guys next week.